everyone, my name is Ryan or MandRproductions, and today on the channel we're going to take a look at something that a lot of people want to see LEGO actually make, but is very unlikely to actually happen. However, a member of our community, Ashnflash, has made up an awesome custom LEGO Star Wars minifigures based off of Star Wars The Last Jedi, and I am really excited to take a look at the full assortment that he has created. If you want to check out some of his other stuff, definitely check out the links down in the description below to his Flickr and Instagram, where he posts other custom LEGO minifigure creations, which are just amazing. So again, today on the channel we're just taking a look at his Star Wars creations, so without further ado, if you guys do enjoy the video, hit that like button. If you have any ideas for a LEGO Star Wars minifigure series of your own, of course leave them in the comments section below, and let's go ahead and get started with the first minifigure in the series. And if you couldn't tell already, it is Rian Johnson, the director of Star Wars The Last Jedi. This is a great choice for the first figure. My favorite part about him is that his shirt kind of hangs down into the waist area. I love the way the print would potentially look on a figure like this. I think that's incredible. I also like the open collar at the top, revealing some of his chest. I think the continuation of the tan color there looks incredible. His little accessory that he includes is a little camera, which is very fitting. The second figure in this series is of course Rey, who we have seen in actual LEGO form, so this is actually not too big of a departure from what we've seen before. It's her little robes that she wears in The Last Jedi. We did receive this figure in the ATM6 set, however this is a slightly upgraded figure in that it has kind of a dual molded arm look to it, which is very cool. It also has a small cut on her arm to show that she was cut in at the end of episode 7, so that's another nice little detail that LEGO kind of missed out on in the official set and can definitely add in with a collectible minifigures line. The third figure is Bacta Suit Finn, who we see at the very beginning of Star Wars The Last Jedi, and this is something that I don't think LEGO would actually make because it would take an incredible amount of work. However, it is an incredible drawing of what it could potentially look like. You have so much printing all over, from the torso to the waist to the legs, that just is so continuous and perfect looking in this drawing. I absolutely love it. The arm print is obviously very impossible to do, like it's printed completely around the arm. As good as it looks, I don't think LEGO could create something like this for a feasible price. I do like that it has a custom molded piece on his shoulders to kind of add some depth to it, so that's really nice as well. And then you would have the regular Finn head with hair. No little accessory unfortunately with this one either, but it does look pretty darn good. Next up we have episode 8 Leia, who looks just like you would expect in her blackish robes, and she has a little walking cane as well, kind of like you would see with a Yoda figure, but she does have those dual molded arms in this one, which I really like. It looks like she also has a new hairpiece and kind of a new face print, which is interesting. I also really like the cape piece used behind the head there. It looks really good. Next up we have the younger episode 8 Luke Skywalker, which is a figure we may never see in LEGO. However, we did get the older Luke Skywalker in the Ahch-To Island training set. I like this one because it's from the scene where Luke does fight Kylo Ren, so you can kind of recreate that scene now if you were able to get this figure. Again, the common theme with a lot of these figures is dual molded arms, and we see that here with the episode 8 Luke. We also see possibly dual molded legs on this figure with the little shoes down at the bottom, which is cool as well. His robes look incredible. He's got a younger looking face than we see on the older Luke Skywalker, and I also really like his hairpiece. He does include a regular blue lightsaber as his accessory. The next two figures are different versions of Praetorian Guards. Mainly the helmets are different, however they also do have different weapons. I really like the weapon on the first one here. It looks incredible with those custom made blades. It just is a incredible looking weapon. The arm print is accurate to what LEGO would probably create, and so is the torso print. You can see the same deal here on the second figure. Now we do know that LEGO is actually going to be using the brick leg piece for this figure in the Snoke's throne room, or at least that's what it seems like is going to happen. So if LEGO were to make a LEGO Star Wars Episode 8 minifigure series and include a couple of Praetorian Guards, we could be pretty darn sure that they wouldn't be using the regular legs with a cape like we see here. They would actually be using the brick leg piece, which is pretty darn cool. The next figure is BEN SWOLO, which is a figure that I actually think would make a great May the 4th promotional figure for future years. I would love to see that actually happen, but if he were to come in the LEGO Collectible Minifigure series for LEGO Star Wars, this is what he would probably look like. He's got a great looking chest there. It also comes with a 100-pound or kilogram or whatever unit of measurement they use in the First Order there for their dumbbells, and that's a really awesome accessory. I like his hairpiece. They would probably use the normal Kylo Ren hairpiece for that, and then he's also got a pretty darn cool face print. I really hope LEGO creates a BEN SWOLO figure. I just think that would be hilarious, and it would be a really popular one. The next figure is one many of you may not recognize, but it is Snoke's Attendant, and this is one that I'm also unfamiliar with, but it is a really cool looking one, and because many of us are unfamiliar with it, I think it would make for a great figure from a collectible minifigures line for LEGO Star Wars. It's something we would probably never get in a regular set, but it would be great to get it in a minifigure line like this. I love the big cape on it, and it just has this awesome headpiece as well. It's a great figure all around. It has this really nice purple color to it. Next up is Captain Kennedy, who looks a little bit thinner in this image than he does in the movie. I believe he's a little bit thicker in the movie, fat if you will, but this is another cool figure that could potentially come in a future First Order Dreadnought type set. I would love to see LEGO actually make that giant ship that has the giant lasers. That would be a great set, and of course it could include a figure like Captain Kennedy as one of those exclusive figures in a set like that, something massive. He again would be a cool figure for a collectible minifigure series line though, because we don't have him in any sets currently. He's got those dual molded legs, and his accessory would be a regular small blaster, so a pretty simple yet effective figure for a collectible minifigure series line. The next figure is Grand Admiral Ackbar. He's got kind of a new head mold, it looks like, just maybe slightly changed from the previous LEGO version. I really like the torso print on this guy too. He's got the dual molded arms as well, and again with the regular small blaster. That's one problem I see with a LEGO Star Wars minifigure series, is that you wouldn't get a lot of really cool accessories unless they made custom weapons or different things for that type of stuff, which would be really cool, but unfortunately LEGO doesn't seem to do that for the sets, so I doubt they would do it for minifigures, and we'd end up getting a bunch of small blasters like this. Next we have Lieutenant Conics, who's actually played by Carrie Fisher's daughter, and this is a figure that a lot of people would be after, especially because she is based off the actor who is Carrie Fisher's daughter. It'd definitely be a really cool figure to get. We'll probably get this figure in the Resistance Transporter if that actually comes out in the summer of 2018 like it is rumored, so I do expect LEGO to actually make this figure. It'll probably be a little bit less detailed than the one that Ashnflash made here. Probably not going to get some dual molded legs like it shows. I really like the print he's drawn up because the shirt goes all the way like partly down the legs, and I think that's really accurate to the way that people actually wear their shirts, so I really like it on this figure. Let's move on to the next one. This is Commander Lara Desi, who I'm pretty unfamiliar with from the movie, but she is in Star Wars Episode 8. This is pretty similar to Lieutenant Conics that we just took a look at, so I'm not too excited about this one. I think they could definitely replace it with something else. I think this is a pretty lame figure. Of all the figures in this series, this is probably my least favorite, maybe just because I'm the least familiar with her, but she's not all that great to me, and we're just going to move on to the next one, who I think is just really amazing. It would be great to get this next guy, whose name I'm going to completely butcher, so I'll just put the text on the screen for you guys to read for yourself, because some of you guys are just going to make fun of me if I try to pronounce this name, and I just don't want that. So we get something pretty similar to a standard Resistance pilot outfit, but the really cool thing about a figure like this guy would be his head/helmet mold, which would be a completely new and unique mold because the helmet is kind of contoured to his head, which is not a regular shaped head, so it could be a really awesome and exclusive figure to a minifigure series like this and be a huge draw for people to have as a pilot in the Resistance fleet. Unlike the polybag figure that LEGO released, this DJ figure is in his First Order disguise. I really like the hairpiece on this guy. I think it's a great new look to him. He also has a very good looking scruffy beard, and of course his First Order attire is pretty darn good looking. I love the dual molded legs. They add a lot to figures like this, and I think that's something I would love to see LEGO do in the future for a lot of LEGO sets, is get some dual molded legs in there like this to make it look like they're actually wearing boots or shoes, because that does add a lot of value to it in my opinion. So that would be a really cool figure to get. I think it'd be pretty cool if he came with like a gold coin or something, because he got the money from the First Order and that he might have looted off the ship, so it would be really cool if he had something like that, just kind of as a nod to what happened in the movie. The next figure is one that got very little screen time, but we did see him on Canto Bight. This is the actual Codebreaker, not DJ, who ended up being the Codebreaker for our heroes in the movie. He has all the little details on him. I love the white stripe in his hair. I think that's incredible. I don't know if LEGO would actually be able to recreate that, but it would be interesting if they could. I also really like his gold cup. I think that's a pretty good inclusion as an accessory, and I think much like DJ, he could probably also include like a gold coin or something just because he has so much money. Next up, we have the Canto Bight Police Officer, who is another figure I think LEGO actually might make in a future set. I would love to see it happen, but this is a very souped up figure. He's got some great prints and a great dual molded arm design with some very long sleeves with white right at the end there, which looks incredible. He also has like a little holster on the side of his pants. He's got dual molded legs, so he's wearing boots. He's got a great face print with some goggles, and it's also got a wonderfully designed custom molded helmet with a little bit of Star Wars text on there, which is really awesome. I'm gonna wager that that says police, but I'm not 100% sure. So there's just 3 figures left, and I'm going to put the name of this guy up on the screen because I don't want to butcher the name, but they're basically the home creatures of Ahch-To Island, and they look pretty darn awesome in LEGO form. Obviously, they're going to include a custom head mold. It'd be really hard for LEGO to create a cape or something that went around their head like we have here in this picture, but it would be really cool to see them try. It also has a very cool accessory with this stick that has kind of a tree branch end to it, so that's a really cool figure. Let's move on. The next figure up is a Thalia Siren, which is that giant thing that Luke milks on Ahch-To Island, and it's pretty disgusting looking. He's actually blurred out what would be the nipples, I suppose, on this guy, and it's pretty funny looking. It's got this great custom molded headpiece, and it's got short legs so that he's kind of a regular minifigure size because his head is just so darn big. He's also got something like penguin arms, and it includes a miniature old Luke Skywalker minifigure, which is just incredible. I doubt we'll ever see something like that guy in LEGO, but it would be awesome to see it in a minifigure series. It'd be pretty darn easy to feel for, too, because it'd be a giant piece in there. And the final figure is Force Ghost Yoda, who looks pretty darn good, although I think the face looks a little bit funky, and I know this is a drawing, so obviously LEGO would probably have it a little bit more refined than this drawing by Ashnflash, but he does look really awesome in his Force Ghost color. It'd be really hard for LEGO to get him to be transparent like this, but again, it is totally possible, I suppose. Force Ghost Yoda would be a pretty sought after figure, I'm sure. It'd even be cool if they made him like a 1 in 60 type thing, like they did with the Series 18 police officer. He would be that type of figure if there was one figure in this series that they were going to make that rare or exclusive. My favorite figure out of this entire series from LEGO Star Wars Last Jedi is probably BEN SWOLO. I just think that's the funniest LEGO figure they could make. I would love to see that as a future May the 4th promotion, or really a promotion for anything. I just want to see it happen. Anyway, let me know in the comment section down below what your favorite figure from this Star Wars The Last Jedi minifigure series is. If you guys did enjoy the video, of course leave a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And if you do want to check out Ashnflash's other work, do check out the top links in the description below. With that being said, guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.